Welcome. The collective is here for your information, knowledge, and love. As you sit and listen to each of the words, we ask that you hear the vibration, feel the vibration, allow it to carry the message, allow it to carry the healing. It is the vibration by which it is spoken, it is brought to you. It is translated into the words that you hear, but it is the vibration that will infuse each and every one of you. It is this vibration that comes to you individually. It will vibrate with you. It will become in sequence with you. It will vibrate each cell, each part of your body, each part of your existence. Allow yourself to settle with this vibration. Allow yourself to settle in with this vibration. Let's see. There has been much that has been taking place upon your planet in the recent time. There have been many things that have taken place that are concerning for each of the beings of this planet. There is energy that has changed many things on this planet. But as it has been said in the past, have no fear in any of it. Understand that your planet that you reside on is a natural form. It does heal itself. It does repair itself. In this process of repair and healing, it will also help to heal and repair the beings that are on the planet. But you must become attuned to your planet, its vibration, its resonance, its existence. Allowing yourself to come attuned to it and allowing its frequencies to flow through you will adjust and rise your frequency, your base, your understanding. And no matter what is taking place upon your planet, it will be of no concern other than what is taking place in the physical. Is that to say that to have no concern for what is taking place in the physical? That is entirely up to you. But what must be known is that if you take the time to be concerned what is in the physical, it is distracting you from what is surrounding you. All that is surrounding you. The universe that is surrounding, protecting, healing, providing for each and every being of this planet. Understand that the circumstances that have taken place on your planet have been predestined. Each of you understand the fact that you have made an agreement to be here, to be on this planet, to fulfill that agreement. Just as many others on this planet have the same aspect. They are fulfilling their plan, their contract. And it might be disconcerting to you. It might be disruptive to your daily life. This is where the intersections between beings take place. But what must be understood, it is all a vibrational action. If you allow your vibration to enter into the vibrational frequency that is taking place, those things that you perceive to be of lower frequency, the things that bring you fear, the things that bring you concern, it is distracting you from what is your path, your existence, your understanding. Take time to understand what is taking place, because there is change ahead. There is change that is taking place with your planet. Change that is taking place with the beings on this planet. There is a great shift taking place. Understand where your vibration fits into this change, into this shift. If your vibration is not of the highest at the time that you wish to participate in this shift, it will be a difficult integration. But if you are resonating at your highest potential, then this integration will feel as it is a normal process for you. Allow the disruptions to take place. Allow those things that are disruptive to take place. That is that plan. But it is not your plan. Your plan is to sit with your energy and allow it to be of the highest. Allow it to be of the highest. And allow the integration to be yours. Allowing all of the beings that are here on this planet to come together as one is what is in store for each and every one of you. Allowing these beings to resonate all together. This is the shift that is taking place. This is the vibrational shift and energy that is taking place on your planet. Do not look upon it as being something that is fearful. There will be chaos with this shift. That will be certain. The chaos is necessary for this shift to take place. It is an awakening of sorts for the beings of this planet. Many of you have already been through a certain type of awakening, a certain type of understanding of what is in front of you. It is taking a different form for many others for this shift to take place, for this change to take place, for this awakening to take place. And amongst the chaos is where this change will take place. But you must give it time and allow it to take place. Understand that for each action that is taking place, there is a reasoning behind it. Greater than you understand, something that has been put in place before you have been brought to this planet. You are merely at an intersection with this change. It is your choice to move beyond it and not allow it to affect you. It is your choice to be intertwined with it. And many of you will, because that is your plan, to be intertwined with it, to precipitate the change, the shift, the awakening. But as this awakening takes place, it is you, those that have already been on your path that have been awakened. It is those that will come to you, seeking more information, more understanding, and it is for you to provide it. So stand fast in what you understand and what you know. Hold your spot. It is now time for those that are going to be asking questions to come seeking information from you. Allow this information to settle with you. If you have questions, please ask.
Thank you, and thank you for being present with us. Samantha?
I had the most amazing dream the other night. Absolutely. It had a message involving a yin-yang symbol, and the word that I woke up in my head was the word Taoism. It was a very clear word. Is there any way you can tell me who sent me that message?
The information that is being provided for your answer is one that you must understand that in a previous existence beyond this plane, you led a life of solitude. A deeper understanding of all that is in the solitude of life. You had a greater understanding of what is life, what is the universe, what is all. But it was your solitude that kept it. It is this dream that has been brought to you for the information. It is the unlocking and the connection and the bridge between this past existence and this existence of awakening you to this understanding of all. It has now been given to you in this existence to unlock, to unfold, to open the book and provide that information in only the way you understand it. It is your existence and the tie to the past that will allow you to facilitate this understanding. You will be able to give it voice to where it had no voice in the past. It is your voice that will carry it on and provide information to others.
Wonderful. Thank you for that information. Kirk is on a call with us this evening, and it's his mother's birthday, although she's on the other side. I realize that spirit beings no longer operate on any type of calendar or time schedule, but do they recognize significant days like her birthday, their old human birthday? Because sometimes they give those of us who are still here on this plane signs on those days. Can you speak to that, please?
Understanding the communication parallels between those that have transitioned on and those that remain in this plane is to understand the symbols that you speak of. Those that have been in existence here, been here with you, part of your family unit, and in their existence here, had particular time points throughout their timeline that were celebrated, that were rejoiced, brought memories to those that are still physically here. Though they have transitioned, they understand the significance, and what must be understood is at that particular day, on those particular points on the timeline, those days that have been celebrated in the past, have been rejoiced in the past, are an extremely high energy day. Your energy plane is extremely high, and the connection to those that have transitioned is extremely thin. It is a very thin veil that exists, so that information and those signs come through extremely strong. It is as if the window has been wiped clean for that day. You understand the messages that have come through. They may come in the form of a physical object or a form of a physical thing, but they also will come in the form of words and sounds, in song, in any other means that you have a direct connection to that individual. And it is a very strong connection because the vibrations are extremely high during that day. That is not to say that any other time outside of those days, those connections cannot be made or can be made. They can be. But this is a significant day. Vibrational points are extremely high. The veil is quite thin. And the bridge of communication can be made fully.
Thank you for that information. Does Kirk's mother have a message for him today?
The message is being provided by a collective of those that have been passed on from this plane into this plane. The message that will be presented is this: understand what you are doing with another mother. You are in touch with the other mother, Mother Earth, as you were in touch with your own mother. You have a strong bond between both. You have been cradled in both. As one sings to, the other sings to you as well, provides you the comfort and understanding that you can only understand, that you are enveloped in. The love and understanding that surrounds you in what you do is directly tied to two mothers. Allow this understanding to be you. Call upon either for guidance. Both will provide the same level of understanding. They are one.
Beautiful. Thank you so very much. Many people recently have been contacted by ET beings or other multidimensional beings, either presenting themselves or touching or some other form of contact, which we enjoy and want to develop the relationship there. But sometimes, particularly when it's at night, it has become fearful. Can you give us some hints or tips about how to navigate through that fear and become less fear-based with these connections we're making, please?
Fear. Fear is a physical attribute to the beings that reside on this planet. Fear is a vibrational response to whatever is around you. It is something that you have been conditioned to. Fear is not only a good thing for the human species, but it also can be a detriment to the human species. But understanding what fear is and the vibrational level that fear is, it doesn't matter what presents itself in the middle of the night, in the middle of the day, in the late afternoon. It is all vibration. It may startle you that you are being contacted. It may startle you that you are being touched. But if you understand where your vibration level is, the startle shall not turn itself into fear. Fear is represented by those things that have taken place, physically taken place in your physical being in the past. You have a fear response to something that has happened. To say that you have fear, or the vibrational response to fear, because you are being contacted by a higher vibrational being that you have not been in contact with before, is a misalignment. To be startled is one thing that is a normal human response. But from that point, it should be out of curiosity of who is trying to contact you. If you understand where your vibrational level is, which it is extremely high, there should be no fear in it. It should be inquisitive. Who may I ask is calling? Who may I ask is touching me? Who may I ask is knocking at the door? But not to cower under your covers, not to pull them over your head and be in fear. Do you understand that you are speaking to a higher vibrational source at this particular point? Are you fearful? That is the question. If not, why not? It is very similar to those beings, those higher vibrational beings that come to you at any particular point during the day. You are inquisitive and questioning what is being spoken now. Why shouldn't you speak your question to those beings that are present when they come to you? But that is an understanding between you and the being, you and the vibrational being. Because it is dependent upon where your vibrational level is. So it is a self-assessment of where your vibrational level is. If you are fearful, it may not be as high as you are perceiving it to be. If it is of the highest, then you should have comfort in the fact that they are trying to contact you, trying to come to you, trying to speak to you, to provide you information, knowledge, You are crossing into other realms at that particular point. Whether that be it a dream, or they come to you in a physical form, or you hear what they are saying, you are bridging this divide. There shouldn't be any fear in it. There should be comfort and understanding that you are of the highest vibrational level that you can achieve at this point.
Thank you. That was awesome. Beautiful answer. So about a week ago, I was having energy work with Lauren, and she called in any higher level beings that wished to assist in the work she was doing, and I felt them touch my leg. It felt like several beings. Are you able to tell me who was present that day, please?
Those that presented themselves to you during this particular experience are new guides that have been brought into your existence. You have a shaman that is with you. There is a shaman guide that is drawing near to you. There are other experiences that are presenting themselves in a particular manner of this experience of being of Native American understanding. There is an elder medicine woman that is with you, has been with you. She made herself present that day, laid hands on you for protection and healing. There is a large bird that perched itself near your shoulders. This large bird is represented in its flight, carrying you out into the universe, allowing you to connect to those realms that you have yet to connect to. It is your bridge. It is your pathway, your portal. Those are the primaries that have been present with you.
Thank you. Was that bird the thunderbird, or was that another bird?
It was another bird. The thunderbird that you speak of is a totem that you shall carry with you. This bird is your transit point into other realms.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Elaine had a a dream that could have been interpreted as disturbing. She saw some wrinkly white ET-looking beings. And she saw then one on the ground that looked like it was decomposing through the chest and sacral area, but then there were things coming up like egg sacs of some sort into that space, perhaps speaking of new birth. Can you help us with the meaning of that dream, please?
Yes, it did what they did.
To have an understanding of what this dream in particular represents for this individual is to understand what is taking place in the individual's existence here. What has been represented by what you described is a visual manifestation of what is taking place. It is her reference point for this particular change. There are those that surround her. There are those that are always surrounding her. But with all things, there is a cycle of change, a cycle of renewal, a cycle of death. It is the shedding of an old existence that has fallen to the floor. And as this old existence begins to fade away, there is a new blooming of a new existence that is waiting to come into existence. There are many that observe this around her. They are her guides, her ancestors, all beings that do surround her. And she is aware of each and every one of them in detail. But it is this shedding of an old existence, an old understanding, and it is the growth of the new existence into this life, into this form. It doesn't matter what it represented itself as what you've seen it as. The reason it may have been disturbing is to get the attention of the individual while this is taking place. If this was represented by a group of flowers or a group of something that was comforting, it may not have been settled with her as it was, it being in more of a disturbing form. The focus would have been on the flowers. The focus would have been on the thing that is comfortable. But because the entire picture was uncomfortable, it was to be able to be focused on each particular section of what is actually taking place. This is a common factor for when there is a dream or there is information provided. It may come in the form that is slightly disturbing. It is to gain your attention while you are in that particular space in order for you to focus your attention and be able to bring it back with you to this plane for understanding. If it is all comfortable space and it is all loving space all the time, you would not bring that information back this way as easily because it is a comfortable space. So the mind plays into what is represented. but it helps you to bring forth that information from the other realm into this realm so that it can be explained and can be deciphered and can be understood.
That makes sense. Thank you very much. Is there a collective of beings called the Inner Earth Collective? And if so, will they make themselves known and speak to us this evening?
What can be provided is this collective of inner earth beings does exist, but the frequency base by which is to be connected is not strong at this particular point. This individual is having difficulty connecting to this frequency. It is a frequency that he has not tapped into that is different from all other frequencies that he has been in contact with. That is not to say that in time he will connect to them. It is at this particular point the frequency and the energy provided is not there to fully connect and bring them forward.
Thank you for that information. Are you able to speak about them and of the collective?
Information can be provided, yes.
Can you tell us about that collective? Who are they? Where do they exist? What is their mission?
This collective of beings exists inside of your planet as well as other planets in your solar system as well as many other celestial systems. They belong to a race of beings that inhabit the inner sanctums of celestial bodies. They have a form of transportation that is in crystalline based, but they do not show themselves frequently to those that reside on the planet. They may come to them in a form of communication, but they are rarely brought to a physical existence. They keep the inner workings of your planet, the understanding of what is taking place inside of your planet. Many of you have understood your planet to be of a molten core and many layers. And yes, this is true. But there is a layer of existence, an energetic layer of existence that is inside of your planet that they inhabit. They are the caretakers of the existence of your planet. That is not to be confused by the energy of your planet, as you call her Mother Earth, the all-knowing of your planet. But it is very similar. Think of it as yourself. You have a physical being, and then you have an energetic being. It is very similar to your planet. You have a physical being, the planet. Then you have the energetic beings that then reside inside. Their mission is to maintain the health and the understanding of this planet. This is their mission across all celestial bodies that they inhabit. They are an existence in a form that is vibrational and can be communicated to if the vibrational frequencies are matched. It is different. Their frequencies are much different than most other frequencies that have been communicated with. A bit more difficult. But understand that they are there and they mean no harm to anyone they come in contact with. They are benevolent beings of this planet and all other planets.
Thank you for that. That's fascinating. Are they associated with any particular dimensional level that we would be familiar with?
That information I cannot ascertain.
Thank you. What can you tell us about the upcoming solstice, during which there will also be a solar eclipse, the second of 3 in our month? What sorts of things can we expect during this time period, please?
Understand that as your planet enters into this new cycle of energy, as you speak of it, the solstice and the eclipse, and there are other celestial events that are taking place. There is particular frequency alignments, energy alignments that will be brought to your planet. And they will affect many of you. You may physically feel the shift in energy that is penetrating your planet. Understand that it is this energy. Understand that it is changing you and your planet and all beings around the planet. During these particular times, it is best to sit with the energy. Do not exert yourself more than you are capable, but really to set yourself aside during these particular times and rejoice in the fact that this is taking place. Allowing yourself to be open to the energy and allow it to flow through you, to change you, to resonate each of yourselves. And that is the most important understanding. But during these times when the energy are at their peak, it is the best time for each and every one of you to directly connect to all those that surround you. It is your pathway. It is your gateway. It is your portal to all other dimensions. You are tapped into the frequency line at that particular point. That is why it is said to sit in quiet and listen and communicate. Speak your intentions and listen for the answers. It is some of the highest vibrational points during your calendar. These alignments allow you and your being to connect in a way that it has not in the past. But you must give it time during these particular points for it to take place.
We thank you very much for being with us this evening. Are there any closing remarks before we end the session this evening?
As each and every one of the beings of this planet reside here for its purpose, it is up to each and every being to decide what they will do with their purpose. You have the choice in front of you. Do you expand your energy? Do you expand your existence? Do you expand what you know to others around you? Or do you allow yourself to become part of a lesser frequency that is affecting this planet? Many of you know the answer. Many of you understand where you are and what you will do. But many of you have questions. How can you change? How can you change this planet? What is wrong with this planet? What is wrong with the other beings of this planet? There is nothing wrong with the beings of this planet. There's nothing wrong with this planet. It is merely just a frequency shift. Allow yourself to be vibrating at its fullest. And as you do, those that are changing, those that are shifting, those that are awakening will come to you. They will seek you out for the answers that you have. Change is in front of you. Change is all around you. But you can only change what is in you and immediately around you. But by changing that small amount, it will ripple out and change everything. But you must be willing to change everything inside of you.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. We appreciate the words of wisdom and your presence this evening.
As always, the collective is here for your information, knowledge, and love.